So, hello everyone, and welcome to Below the Belt with Benny Shakes. This is episode 7. Benny has taken the form of me, Mark Burkwood. It's just a nice little name, Buttplug, that Benny has for me. So, this is, please donate to the show. You can donate anytime. Below is the PayPal link. So this is a show all about putting non-disabled comedians in very sort of awkward situations that disabled people find every day, and for them to talk about how it made them feel. Now, this is being pre-recorded on the 14th of March, and we'll be going out live. We'll be to put the show out on the 19th of March at 8 o'clock. So if there are any fuck ups, it's because Benny hasn't edited it properly. So right, I will bring on our guests now. So first up we have Aimee Cooper. Hello, Aimee.
Hi. Hey, how are you doing?
I'm very, very well, thank you. Aimee, do you want to tell us a bit about yourself quickly before we start?
Well, do you know what I love, Mark? I love being hoodwinked and invited onto something and not having a clue what it's all about. And then getting here and realizing I haven't really prepared. So we're flying by the seat of our pants. But hey, I'm really happy to be here. I'm in the Golden Girls kitchen, as you can see.
I mean, technically it's COVID, and isn't that illegal? So, I mean...
Well, you know the girls, they're all like, they've just got herd immunity. So, yeah. I should also do the caveat that I'm a character comedian. And because I thought we were just having a chat tonight. I'm like, I've not got my wig on. I'm not in character. And then I'm like, I don't know who I am. I'm having a crisis. I'm being triggered by being, like mildly sexual assaulted for the last 40 years on every public transport that I've been on. So, there's a lot going on, but, let's keep it light. Let's keep it, let's keep it light entertainment.
I mean, that's what it's all about. I think whenever I think of you, Aimee, I think of light entertainment.
Good, right. Darling.
Right, and next up we have Mad Ron. Hello, Mad Ron.
Hello. How are we doing?
And how are you today? How are you?
Yeah, good. Had a big Mother's Day dinner with a couple of beers and whatever. So I'm hasten to add, I'm not a mother, but I know people that are.
Is that so? You were doing it on behalf of all mothers?
Yes.
That's how very sort of noble of you.
I will say that I'm completely prepared. Unlike Aimee, who's just completely unprofessional. Basically, I've prepared so much for this.
Well, I mean, you should have no problem with any of the tasks then. So actually, what I'm expecting from you is to win everything. You lose one game, then we know you've been bullshitting this whole time. So as long as you are prepared for that.
Me? Bullshitting?
And last up, we have Jonny Brook. Hello, Jonny. How are you?
I'm really excited for the absolute chaos that this is going to be. So, happy Sunday for me.
I mean, I'm trying to work out whether that's because it's Benny's show or it's me presenting it. I'm trying to figure out what you meant by chaos.
It's mainly from what Amy's saying, that I'm literally surrounded by items off a shopping list, and my imagination can't stretch to what possible reason I need the things around me. So... Yeah. It's gonna be ace.
Excellent.
Are we all Virgos? Are we all like control freaks and actually like a rehearsal and like to know what's going on? And we've been thrown in the deep end, but we're just trying to sort of style it out.
Not for me. I'm basically too relaxed to be alive. So
no, I'm not a Virgo. I've had sex before, Aimee.
I mean, I'm Gemini, so I've had sex twice. I think that means with the same person. So I think that's what that means. Okay, let's get
that's a nice cue there. That's a nice. That's
basically Benny telling me to shut the fuck up and let's get on the first game. I hope we can swear on this because I think I've sworn quite a lot. I hope I haven't given him too many problems with editing. So the first game is the gloves are on. Okay, so you have precisely 10 minutes to open a bag of crisps with your gloves on. And I want you throughout this activity just to describe it and the challenges surrounding it. Okay.
So this is one at a time. One of us does it at a time, do they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, one at a time. But the overall, so yeah, one at a time. So, Aimee, you are up first. Oh no, yeah, Aimee, you ready?
Hello. Yeah. Okay. So I've got my oven gloves here. Are you counting me in, or should I just do it?
Begin. Yeah.
Okay. I've got nice and spicy knickknacks, which
you win at this, no matter how long it takes you to get those off, because that is the flavour of kings.
Is it? Have I made a good choice? Have I made a good choice there? Yeah.
A winning one.
Okay. So
how are you finding it?
It's just slipping. It's just slipping. Yeah, this is reminding me of some fumbles that I had in college, to be honest. Oh, okay.
Wow.
She's there.
Brilliant. That was fantastic, Aimee. That was
maybe the fact that it's a smaller bag has helped me, but yeah. Can I eat these? Like, do I have to keep the oven gloves on to eat them?
Yeah, go on then. Let's do that.
Oh God. Okay. I'll let you get on.
That one out there. Actually, I quite because knickknacks are tiny as well.
Right.
But that is brilliant. Well done, Aimee. And so, like, just imagine that for disabled. Yeah, round of applause for Aimee. Fantastic. Yeah. Round of applause.
Brilliant.
But I guess, I think disabled people, especially physical disabilities, that's their experiences every day.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, so what was difficult about that for you?
I guess it's that thing of just feeling, that frustration, especially you're gagging for a nice and spicy corn-based snack. And obviously, doing there feels like a performative element to this, Mark, which I feel like I just want to sort of like flag up. But yeah, I felt a bit sort of hot and sweaty and embarrassed. And I guess that's like, if you are in public as a disabled person, are you less likely to even tackle that? You're going to wait till you get home kind of thing. I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that was what I was thinking.
It throws up all these questions. I mean, the oven gloves, you're in your kitchen. So, I mean, that was probably the only comfortable thing about it. It was, it was just, an environment where you have oven gloves. So I guess there's that. But who knows? Right. Next up, Mad One.
Okay. If you let me know in advance, I'd have washed these oven gloves because they're pretty manky, to be honest. But and I've gone for Walker cheese and onion.
Classic.
It's my weapon of choice here, and I'm not quite sure, but I've watched Aimee do her bit, and I think I've got a technique here. I think there's a bit of air in the top of the bag here, so if I just bang the bag, do you think that'll open the crisps? I don't know. Let's find out. Hang on.
Find out.
It has.
Oh.
Whoa!
Wow.
Whoa. Okay. So for anyone who finds opening crisps hard, just find the air. That's what it sounds like. That's what it looks like here. Is that the quickest? That must be the quickest anyone has ever opened a bag of crisps, even with or without.
Yeah.
I think what you've done there, you practiced as well.
I've reinvented crisp opening basically for abled and disabled people.
Disabled, see? Man,
I reckon if you panned his camera down on the floor, there would just be a multi-pack, a 24 multi-pack of different flavors, empty packets.
No,
how many packets did you have to go through when you were practicing that?
No, I just saw Aimee what she did, and I thought, well, she's
yeah. I mean, do you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to me and Benny will talk afterwards about how we can make that incredibly hard for you, Madron, like not for anyone else. So we're going to bring you back on, and we're going to make it incredibly difficult because you made it look too easy there. Okay,
Oh no, don't get me wrong. There was a lot of thinking involved, and that's not my bag, really.
Okay, last but not least, Jonny Brook.
Hello. I've gone for the Yorkshire Classic.
Oh, Seabrook.
Right. Boom.
He's done it.
Oh,
yeah.
my
I suppose
God.
the difficult thing is if you're asking an obese man to open crisp packets. Oven gloves will not slow that down.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's true. It's very true. So basically, the idea there is that if you're obese, doesn't matter if you're disabled or not disabled, you can open it really quickly. That, I think, is the message we're sending people.
This is although they made my legs not work, the snack element of my body is sort of compensated for that.
So you are overcompensating with your. So
yeah.
are you telling me you have big hands?
Yeah.
You know, like obviously
that helps as well.
Right. Okay. So, what we all did before in preparation for this show, I think we all filmed ourselves trying to cut something with one hand, and this is the first video. Take it away, Benny.
Post with using only one hand, so I better just put one hand in my pocket. I suppose that's probably the best way to do it. Right, I'll put. That was successful. I think that spring needs adjusting. Anyway, so the toast is on the plate. We get the butter. There we go.
A close up of the toast.
That is
Right, so I've got a different plan now. Oh. And you find that's how Gordon Ramsay would do it.
well done. Round of applause for Madron there. So okay, so like talk me through that. How you sort of prepared yourself for that? Did you do lots of takes before? Did it take just a while?
No, we can't afford loads of slices of bread. You know, it's one slice of bread and one take. That's it, really. And to be honest, what you don't realise is when we did the second bit, I actually turned the toast over to stop wastage. So we used the other side of the piece of toast to, so we wouldn't waste anything.
Brilliant. That's fantastic. And well, so well done there. Like that. What did you find most hardest about that?
It is difficult. It's really difficult. What I found was, I think if it had been a slice of bread, it'd been even harder because the toast kind of melted the butter a little bit.
Yeah.
And sort of hard butter is impossible to spread if you've only got one hand. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Very, very true. So,
and I suppose Nutella is out of the question, isn't it?
Oh God, Nutella be screwed. And I just think of people who have no hands and trying to do it with their feet. Like I know people like that who that's their everyday challenge. But well done, Mad Ron. That was very impressive.
Beautiful work.
Okay, so the next game we have is called Below the Belt. Now this game involves, if I am correct, a pen and a paper. And is this one at a time, Benny? Oh no, everyone at the same time. And what you have to do, you have to draw a picture. And Benny said I get to choose what picture it has to be. So it has to be a man with a guitar. And I want you to draw this picture with your feet.
What? I don't even know. I don't even know if I'm right or left-footed.
And you have got 5 minutes. That's what Benny just messaged.
Does that include taking my shoe off?
Do you know what? I'll give you all a chance to sort of get ready.
And I mean,
when you're ready,
really?
I'll start the timer.
Nobody in their right mind would want to see my feet, to be honest. It's pretty poor. Oh, shall I put the pad on the thing on the floor? Can we do it on the floor rather than
Yeah, however you feel you need to do it, and then once you finish, just hold it up.
Are you going to play us something, Mark?
Oh, I don't know. I don't have any. Oh, yeah. Actually, on this, I thought you meant that we're going to.
It's a musical interlude while we're doing this.
Well, I can't. Do you know what? I'm rubbish at guitar, so I don't know why he got this out. So I'm just gonna.
Well, okay, Mark. Well, why don't you play it with somehow that you wouldn't normally be able to play a guitar? So just try and play something different. So you'll make us draw with our feet. So why not play the guitar with your feet? Or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're gonna mess with us.
Oh my goodness, this is
right.
Right, are we ready? Do we think? Or are we still?
Actually, I'm not sure I can take the tops off the pens with my feet. Right, go on then. Ready?
Ready?
Yeah.
Guys, I'm not being funny, but I think maybe I've got a bit of an abstract masterpiece here. I don't want to. I'm quite excited about this.
Right. Less talking and more drawing.
I'm going to hold my hands up here, Amy, rather than keep them below the thing. My hands are going to be in the air here. So when I do this.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Are you ready?
Steady, go.
Oh, Jesus, the paper's moving about.
Talk us through it, everyone.
I think mine's a ukulele rather than a guitar.
Oh, I'm going to have to dock points for that, I think.
Nobody likes ukuleles. Mine looks a bit like Fred Flintstone at the moment.
Yeah.
And I've tried to put a nose on that, but that's not very good at all, actually. Oh, actually, no, that's all right.
I will never complain about being left-handed again.
Are you left-handed? So am I.
Yeah.
But I'm drawing with my right foot, so.
Do you know, I was told to present this at the last minute. I was actually going to be a guest on this, but this is way funner watching. Have to do no work and watch you all struggle.
Oh God. Right. Okay. Sorry. Oh, hang on. Right.
So, do you remember the movie My Left Foot?
Yeah. Mr. Day
Oh,
Lewis.
I know that one.
So now you would have, and quite rightly, it should be somebody who is genuinely disabled playing that part, right?
Yes, I think you're right. Yeah.
But
Ooh,
yeah,
bad.
there we go. Oh, is it coming along nicely?
It
I mean,
is.
it's probably hard enough to draw a man with a guitar with your hands, let alone.
Actually, this is better than I could do with my hands, to be honest.
Yeah.
Do you know what? You have to do.
Oh
everything
no,
for
I've
me
made a
now.
mess of the floor. I've got Sharpie marker on the floor. Yeah. Oh God!
Owen Dawes has got to kill you, Mad Rod.
Yeah, it's gonna kill me. Yeah, I'm just trying to change pens now, and this isn't working too well, to be honest. I'm trying to do a multicolour thing, and oh God!
Right, the more I add to this, the more it's getting away from the original lines that I did. So I'm going to stop.
How long have we got left?
How long we got left? About 2 or 1 minute.
2 minutes, yeah.
1 minute. Oh, Betty's saying 1 minute. Betty's saying
1 minute. Oh, how do you get this flipping pen in the right
1
position?
minute left.
Oh, here we go. I mean, to be honest, if it was up to me, I'd just be filming this for an hour straight, just to see.
You're like Tony Hart.
Yeah.
What's that? That guy who does the painting, doesn't he? With a big afro.
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross, yeah. We should do a version of that. That would be good.
I mean,
It's a nice hybrid moment. I've got a T-shirt of Bob Ross and the Golden Girls upstairs.
Oh,
wow,
have you?
So that's a nice, great coincidence.
It was meant to be, Johnny. You were meant to come on tonight.
Well, this is it. I'm finding it quite worrying that my disabled right foot has drawn something that's better than what I did for my art GCSE 20 years ago. So
guess it's what
that's
this COVID
troubling.
pandemic has done. Must have had a lot of practice. So.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm eating my knickknacks now.
Oh, see, Aimee's well and truly done.
I hope you're using your feet to get those knickknacks into your mouth.
So, right, when you're ready, hold up your photos. Photos?
Photos?
I was going to say that would be even more impressive to develop with your feet as well. That is.
So what I will say is,
I mean, the abstract, I think, is a bit of an understatement.
Right, can you see look at your jawline there, Mark? I've given you a lovely jawline there.
You made me look 20 years younger.
Yeah, you've got a wispy sort of Bob Dylan look going on there. If he was on ketamine, that's the vibe that I was going for you there.
So where's the harmonica then? If you go for the Bob Dylan, I'm disappointed.
That's true. I just found that the more I kept adding stuff to it, the more it just wasn't looking like the original line. So I just stopped. But
I have to admit, bear in mind that was with your feet. I think that was very impressive. So round of applause for Aimee.
Thank you.
You've all clapped with your feet. Joking. And Johnny, let's see your masterpiece.
So there we have. Hang on, where is it? But as an added bonus, there's also your busking basket below you.
More importantly, how much money did I make?
I mean, looking at that, somewhere between 8 and 12 quid. So
pence.
Not bad.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's giving me Picasso vibes, Johnny.
I'm feeling
Picasso vibes.
Definitely. Picasso vibes. Absolutely. Well, round of applause for Johnny. Well done, Johnny. And last but not least, Mad Ron. Let's see your masterpiece. No, that is way too
Shut
good.
up.
No, that was
There's
not
no
with
way
your
that you
feet.
did that with your feet.
Seriously, yeah. That was my
I'm sorry.
feet.
I feel like
No,
this is a
how
blue
can
piece
I have my hands up here all the time I did it?
He's got somebody in between his legs on the floor drawing that.
Seriously, that was with my feet.
Wow, that is
I feel like-
amazing.
Do you know what? I feel like this is a Blue Peter moment, whereas this is what I've done before. So,
Well, I have to admit, I have drawn with my feet before, but not since I was a kid.
I mean, if we were, I mean, I did say to Benny before, are we awarding points? And he was like, no, it's about the experience. But I think that is the best one. Well done, Mad One. So let's have a look at the next video of Butter and Toast. Take it away, Benny.
I'm going to be ironing my daughter's uniform for school tomorrow with one hand. I'm now wishing that I'd chosen something a bit easier.
Now, guys, this is a particular bread that we get down here in Kent. Someone didn't get the memo. So
I hope this works.
it doesn't work because they wanted someone buttering toast. I got the memo, just do something with one hand. So yeah, that's fine. We didn't have any bread in as well. Yeah.
Amy, I was going to say that was the strangest looking piece of toast that I've ever seen.
I mean, the
particular focaccia that we get down here.
That you cook with steam iron. It's that's
it's a European technique. But yeah, that and do you know what? On a serious note, you know, it's just take it for granted, man, don't you? That you can do things, and it's, you know, it's really made me kind of think today of like, you know, we just take this stuff for granted.
We really do. And like, imagine doing things with one hand every day. It's it must be incredibly difficult. But yeah, round of applause for Amy. Well done, Amy. Round of applause. Right, the next one is called Jamie's Gamey. Now, me and Benny know someone that uses what's called an AAC device, which is I don't know the acronym. Alternative Augmentative Communication Device, and they use symbols to communicate, but they normally have words underneath. Your task is to guess what the symbol is, what each symbol represents, what word it is, and each symbol either form a sentence or phrase or word. So I think best thing to do is maybe write it down, and once you write it down, show up your answer. I mean, do you know what? I actually don't know what either of these answers is, so I can't actually give you any clues if I wanted.
Are we? Right.
So you write it down what you think it is. Each picture represents a word.
Just one word.
So Benny, is this one word or two words? Is it two, Benny? Oh, it's a whole sentence. It's a sentence.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah.
Oh, it's long one. Do you know what? This is what happens when you ask to do this at the last minute, by the way. So, welcome to the stage. What did you put? Please welcome to the stage. Wow.
Well done.
Jonny, what did you get?
Like just getting on stage.
Getting on stage. That's pretty close. And Amy, what did you get?
So I put, do you want to come on a date with me to the theatre?
I love that. Like, welcome to the stage, and that was so convoluted, that answer. That's brilliant. Right? I love that. Okay, next one.
What?
Hey.
This looks quite dark and sinister, if you don't mind me saying so.
Yeah.
I mean, Jamie, my mum is saying that he's a dark and sinister man.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, you know these guys. Yeah.
Lovely man, I will say, but yeah. So, have we got answers? Do we need a bit more time?
I don't think any more time would help me whatsoever. It's just
So Mama just killed a man.
Oh.
What did he get? Mother time stab trousers. I mean, that was the B-side to that song, I think.
Yeah.
So what other answers did everyone else get?
I just got help me, I'm scared.
Help me, I'm scared. Yeah.
don't.
And Aimee?
Love over time turns to hate, which then results in murder.
Blimey, I'm gonna ask Jamie if they have those phrases on his device. So I'd be really interested to know. Right, next one.
What?
All right, what do we all think?
That's got me stumped. That interlocking thing is probably like that's like would give us a clue. It probably means something
Like
specific.
joy.
Could be. Actually, do you know what? The benefit of me actually not having a clue means I can't give it away because I don't know. So, right. Should I just? Are we gonna get this?
Of course not.
Do the shoes go with my wheelchair?
Amazing.
What did you get? The over 2 shoes. Point join squash wheelchair. I love it.
It's impossible.
But that's the thing. How hard is it for disabled people to communicate to us?
Absolutely. It's just impossible.
So I think the lesson here is that we all need to learn how to learn those symbols, really. So we can understand what everyone is saying. You know, it's like another language, really.
Oh yeah.
Aimee and Jonny, did you get close?
No.
Could you put it back up again so that we could just sort of understand the kind of the way it works? Okay, so do the is that pointy line, shoes obviously, go is that, with, so that's a join
with,
eyes means so you're pointing at you, and the wheel. Okay, I see. Yeah. I mean, it's not that difficult, really, if you know. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I think I understand this one in any language.
This is just in your language,
again,
Jonny.
Food.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a weird set of strengths to have, but they seem to be the ones I've got.
So you go,
I
what's
mean, that's
this
pie
one
and
then?
peas, right?
Pie and peas, yeah, pie and peas. Yeah. Nice.
What kind of pie would you go for, Johnny?
Steak and ale for some reason. There seems to be some depth to that.
Doesn't it depend on your mood, though? You know, your mood. Yeah, the pie suits your mood. So if you're angry, perhaps more beefy. If you're more relaxed, maybe more chickeny and vegetable kind of thing. Yeah.
And if you can go for like a carb on carb, like a pastry and a potato.
Oh, yeah.
True. Very, very true.
Mm.
Right. Shall we get the next one?
Oh, sorry.
Next one, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's interesting. Now we know what that one means. That might make things a bit easier.
Have you got it?
So what is this one? Yeah, go on, tell me, Ron, you got it, haven't you? What's this one? What is it?
My name is Mark Buttplug.
Benny, can you pass on a fuck you to Jamie from me? Because no, he did something a lot worse. We were on a Zoom chat, and he did a simple thing that said, "Mark, I know you've got hair around your mouth, but please don't talk like a cunt." Honestly, you got to meet Jamie. He's a wonderful person. He's looking at getting into comedy, and I honestly think he should. I think it'd be brilliant.
Oh, that is some quality writing.
He's very quality writer. But thank you all for taking part in that. That was really great fun. Right, the final video is me.
I've been asked to try and attempt to do something with one hand. There are many things I can't do with one hand.
Yeah, please don't.
They wouldn't be family friendly. So instead, I'm going to attempt to open a bag of crisps with one hand.
Boom.
There we go, and I'm going to attempt to eat it now with one hand.
Oh, was that prawn cocktail by any chance?
No, ready sorted.
Oh, it was ready sorted,
man. But yeah, it was a very last minute thing I had to do. So I was just like, I'll just grab something with one hand, and I'm glad it was a bag of crisps. Okay, so the next game is called The Price is Wrong. This game involves you. There's a lot of these devices that disabled people use, and all you have to do is guess how much these cost.
So we write this down on a bit of paper, do we, and just hold it up or something?
You can do or yell it out to if you know the price. If you have just guess at this point. Just
I'm gonna go like 500.
500, and
I'm going to go 1100.
Oh,
okay. And Johnny, what do you think?
I'm going to go 650.
650. Okay. So what was the answer price, Benny? So this was a wow.
Shit, 7,295.
Yeah, I mean,
wow.
So life is very expensive for disabled people. That is.
Now, when I get stopped walking for the train and asked why I'm not using one of those, I can now say because I can't afford one.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. Now this one,
Okay, what we got going on here?
yeah. We don't know the price of this one. This is not on the market yet, but you have to guess what the function is of this. What do you think this is used for? I mean, look, the gloves are off at this point.
Heckling.
Is this still Jamie's input? Is this, or is this the wrong? He's put the wrong thing on.
Did you put the wrong thing on, Benny? Well, fuck it. We're gonna go with it. So just have a guess what the function of this might be.
Emotional support.
And okay, yeah, and Mad Rod, what do you think the function of this is?
Now, individually, probably I could work that out, but altogether, that's a different matter of. They're sex aids, aren't they?
Sex aids, yes, they are. They're sex aids.
£7,295.
That's really expensive. So this is manual sex tools, and it's both for the disabled person and for their assistant. So it's
Wow.
so the assistant can aid them in pleasure and giving them an orgasm. Now, I don't know how ethical that is, but I mean, what do you all think about that? That's, as I said, I don't think it's on the market.
The problem is, I know a lot of able-bodied people that would be very excited to own these things.
Yeah, very, very.
Because I know a lot of very bad people, clearly, but
by bad people, do you mean you? Don't you?
well, these might be more affordable than the scooter.
Yeah, and what's your thought about one?
My thought is just the handles on them. It's just
So the idea would be, if you were a disabled person, you had a carer or assistant, but you couldn't pleasure yourself, they could do that for you, but without doing it for you.
Right.
You. So again, what's your thoughts on that?
Presumably, Mark, the top one is for when somebody likes to be punched in the face.
I mean, I know that's what you would use it for, but I mean, by that, do you mean donkey punch? I'm assuming.
Yeah, and then the bottom one is when you want to make a prick of yourself.
But yeah, sorry, Amy, what are your thoughts on that?
Do you know what? If I was sitting here as my character, I would have so much more to say, because I feel like she can get away with so much more. But the middle one is problematic for me. I'm just going to say that. It has such a youthful appearance, and I just can't. Let's move on to the next thing, please.
Next one. Penny, next one.
Next slide, please, Prime Minister.
Next slide. Next slide. Right. How much is this worth? So I think I think what this does, because again, I work in a special needs school, I have a feeling it helps people get out of their wheelchairs and to other places, like a transition from a wheelchair to a rotunda. I think it's called a rotunda. Because actually, I think we use these at my work. So how much do you think that's worth?
So maybe, I mean, given that the other one was 7,000, is there a bit of a racket going on with sort of like disabled equipment?
That way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, every disabled person gets
1,500 quid.
1,500 quid.
Sorry, Mark.
No, sorry.
I would say that if you were to make that as a product, it would be no more than 200 to 300 quid. Say 250 as metal and wheels and the product and the handles.
Okay, and Johnny?
I'm gonna go 500.
500. So what's the actual price, Benny? Whoa, that is close. 479. So it's called a secure term patent turner. Highly cost effective.
But what on earth makes that cost 500 quid?
I know.
Is this the equivalent of like?
I'm sorry. It just really annoys me.
Yeah.
This is the equivalent of like a couple of zeros going on the end. If you want some flowers, just for flowers' sake, or you want some flowers on a Saturday in June because there happens to be a wedding ceremony going on.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a bougie middle class bougie luxury problem analogy.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, it seems like there's a premium.
But yeah, just it's what's showing me that all these products are just so every disabled person with a care plan has a personal budget. How much is that? It's their personal budget. And what do you think about these? Like, so that costs 500. What do you think these cost? Grips, obviously, if you can't hold a knife and fork properly.
I'm gonna say 80 quid for those.
For four, though, and remember, there's just four of those, and it's set 80 quid.
Yeah.
It's plastic
Yeah.
and a normal fork. A normal fork, if you did buy one, you could get a normal fork or a spoon
For a couple of quid, right, from Poundland.
80. Well,
Yeah.
You go to the most expensive Poundland in the world, then, Amy. It's 2 quid. Yeah, you could get one for a couple of quid for the metal, but the handle, it's got to be designed properly. So if it was 20 quid for the lot, that would be extortion. Sorry,
So,
I'll put off on one edge.
Yeah. Amy, what do you think?
No, go on, show us the price, because I just want to see Steve's head just explode. Oh, 18.
That's not bad.
Oh,
That's coming in just underneath.
yeah.
But that's not.
It's got the fork has got an automatic spaghetti turner on it as well, and
Yeah.
yeah,
The knife doesn't bend, so if you were struggling cutting things, it would still be a problem. I mean, I remember, because I'm autistic, I used to. I have problems with fine motor skills. I used to have a pair of knife and forks where they did have a little slot in them to hold my finger in it and a grip at the bottom, because a lot of autistic people have problems with grip and had to have an occupational therapist around. It was
okay.
and but that wasn't too bad. But then just the scooters, man, the thing to get around on to cost you $8,000.
Right. Okay. So, is there any backstory to this? Is there any reason why this is so much, Mark? I mean, is it because these products are subsidised? Are they subsidised or are they not subsidised? Because
there are elements of, like, I think the only thing like that I've been given with a wheelchair, and they made that specifically for me based on sort of measurements, height, But sometimes, because there will be schemes under which I'd be entitled to a grant towards something, quite often this is indicating that clearly. And I think, well, if they're getting a couple of grand toward this, we can knock it up by that before they even start paying for it.
Oh, that's terrible, isn't it?
So why is that allowed? That should really be the focus of everybody's argument over this. You can't
just this government, really. They don't really like broken people.
I honestly think a lot of it is because we live in a society based on profit motive. It's in my view, when it comes to, if you are a disabled person, you should have those provided for you. You know, no one can help they were born like that. You're born, and if you're born differently, all of a sudden, now things are going to be a lot more expensive for you, just because you were born differently. And that, I mean, some people can apply for funding, but again, that funding is becoming more and more limited year on year out. And I think Johnny's got a point. I think it gets to a point where, do the people in charge really care about disabled people? And if anything you get out of this game show is that how hard life is if you're disabled.
Why can't there be a value put on something to say this is what something should cost, and stop companies putting a unilateral or self-imposed almost tax on products like that? So I'm going off
definitely what's needed, but it just, I think it's been mentioned already. There's just a focus on profit over assistance generally, like not just for those of us with disabilities, but from the top of the country. That's how it's coming down at the minute, that we only need to look at the track and trace stuff to see that private profit is more important than the well-being of the nation.
£37 billion on a spreadsheet could buy an awful lot of mobility devices.
Oh, this is it. I mean, I dare say the one I've done for my bills would be worth a couple of grand if that were 37 billion, but I've not found anyone to buy it yet.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's, I mean, any more thoughts on that? Like, would you be okay paying all that for things like that? Would anyone be okay?
the trouble is, you know, you could buy something, you know, okay, so if I want to buy a car, I could buy a car that's functional, or I could buy a car that is absolutely top of the range. And it's down to me if I want something functional or something that actually is top of the range. But for somebody that's disabled, they need something that's functional, but they're being charged top of the range price. And that doesn't seem right.
No. Aimee, any thoughts?
Well, it's just fundamentally wrong, isn't it? But it's just so frustrating, like everything else, because it's like, how do you change that? And I guess even you were talking about access to funding. I bet you've got to jump through some hoops and fill out some fucking paperwork to access that.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then if you don't have those skills and you don't actually have anyone to help you do that, you're screwed, aren't you? You know.
Yeah.
But it's like I used to apply for, again, with my autism, I used to apply for disability living allowance every year. And and you have to review it every year to see if you still need it. Now, I became more independent the older I got because of the support I got. So in the end, it's like, no, I actually don't need the funding. But people like me, those types of forms work. But for people with lifelong chronic conditions who are being asked to fill out forms every year, it's like, is there a need to fill out forms? But yeah.
And it also seems like you were saying before, Jonny, you know, the powers that be and the structures that be are sort of like, let's see how undignified we can make your requests for help. No, slither along the floor a bit more, and let's just sweat a bit more. Let's not make this fucking easy, and that's just cruel and just shit.
It's nail on the head, because they have all the paperwork. Mine's a degenerative condition, so it can only ever get worse. Yeah. As Mark says, apply for it every year and go through this 52-page form and the degrading assessment. And if you do
whilst your condition gets worse, the paperwork gets harder. It's I'm getting cross. I'm getting hot.
Yeah, I know.
So here's the thing: if you're paying tax, there's a certain amount of stuff that is already pre-populated for you and pre-done that you can do. So presumably that's the case for you guys. There's stuff that's pre-populated, or not?
No, I get my form through and it's just 52 blank pages.
Well, that's disgusting. There's an easy way of doing a lot of stuff.
It basically expects you to remember what you wrote last time 2 years ago as well. So you have to reference your previous answers when stating the position you're in now. So
and do you know what? I think we could honestly have an entire podcast and a game show about this. I mean, Tom and a host, we need to plug some stuff. So I think there is a person that does a lot for this game show called Alex Leam, and Benny, could you put his poster up? Alex does provide a lot of ideas for these games, and he also does a thing called Awkward Question Times, live Sunday nights at 8:30.
And that is an incredible show to his credit.
It's a really good show to watch. It's all about, I was on it, and Johnny's been on it. It's a really good show to get on. And does anyone else have any other plugs as well? This is coming after 19th of March, so it's anything after the 19th of March that you're on that you'd like people to come and see?
I mean, anything, just I've always wanted to do this. So if you just click this link here, I just spew occasional thoughts onto my social media, and usually I'm plugging something that I'm doing. But thank you very much for giving me and Steve the opportunity. I'm sure I speak for him as well, where it's kind of like we get to sort of see things from your point of view. And I'm wondering if maybe getting people, maybe approaching I don't know, those people who write for the Daily Mail and think that actually everyone's a benefit scum. They
Yes.
wouldn't be as entertaining as me, Mark. They wouldn't be as entertaining as me. But I don't know. Is that how you get people looking at this the other way, rather than?
Well, I think this.
You know what
I think this is why Benny does a show like this, so that we
Yeah.
can see the other perspective. And this is a brilliant. And I feel very honoured to be hosting this. So thank you, Benny, for letting me host this. And Steve or Mad Ron, Steve Lee, aka Mad Ron, do you have any shows coming up?
All I want to just say is thanks very much for this insight and view of a different world, really. It's, forget about me. This is great, just to see something like this.
Brilliant. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm really glad you came on. Thank you for doing this. It was I think it's been really good for all of us. And Jonny, anything you have coming up or any final comments?
If you have a look for Jonny Brook, the Sat Down Stand Up on good old Facebook, you can see sets about what it's like to be disabled under this government and other funny things that aren't as black as that. And any gigs are on there as well when they eventually.
And I run a disability night once a month called Laugh Able, and this Friday, actually, that was really bad. Is me and Benny didn't organise this very well. This is going out on the 19th
If you're
of
watching
March.
this, you're not watching Laughable.
You're not watching
Traitor.
Laughable. I know, but we use it once a month, but also follow Laugh Able for our latest gigs, and Rosie Jones will be headlining 19th of March on a Friday.
Brilliant.
And all Women's Month for International Women's Month, and I'm just the admin. I'm Benny in this scenario, so telling people to hurry up and he's that way. So I think it's goodbye from me. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, well done, Mark. Well done, Benny.
Thank
Nice
you.
one. Cheers, Johnny. Cheers, Amy.
Take care, guys.
Cheers.
And if you want to donate,